You might be wondering what I am doing in the middle of the night, in the middle of the road, in the middle of the bridge. And that is to tell you that starting in May, this Skagit River Bridge will be closing for 11 months in one direction. Why, do you ask? I'm not sure if you've walked on this bridge recently, but I have. And its entire surface is completely made up of both rust and bird. It is time for a new coat. The last time this bridge was painted, I was 2. I was 2 years old the last time this bridge was freshly painted. Why is it gonna take 11 months? Well, obviously the fastest way to get this bridge repainted is to close it down completely, scrape, prep, paint, but Washington State Department of Transportation has determined that both for us as members of downtown in the greater Mount Vernon area and for the entire project of the bridge, the best route is to actually shut down just one lane of traffic. Now you might be wondering, how are they gonna do that? Is it gonna go one direction and then the other? No. What they're doing is they're only going to be allowing westbound traffic, meaning that if you're in downtown Mount Vernon heading across the bridge into the west side or to Memorial Highway, you're gonna be fine. You're not really gonna notice any difference except for obviously some construction work happening. However, if you're going eastbound, meaning if you're coming from, say, Anacortes through Memorial Highway across the bridge in Old Town Mount Vernon, yeah, that's gonna be completely blocked. You're gonna have to go up north around through Burlington or down south around through Conway. And don't get confused, because each side of the bridge is gonna have its own traffic light installed. It's not to allow traffic to go one way or the other. It's only gonna be westbound traffic. Those lights are gonna be in use when there's emergency vehicles that need to get from one side or the other. So say there's ambulances, fire trucks, or police officers over there that need to get to this side, they will shut traffic down with those lights to allow the emergency vehicles through. Good news is if you're a pedestrian, so if you're walking across or have a bicycle, you'll be able to go both ways at all times. It would be kind of weird to say, nope, you can only walk one direction. With that said though, some nights and some weekends, the bridge will be closed entirely. No traffic, no walking, no bicycles, no cars. WSDOT will announce when those closures are happening, but for the most part, it's just gonna be westbound traffic. One thing most people probably don't know is that this bridge, it actually moves. This is a swing bridge, meaning it rotates horizontally 90 degrees on a vertical axis to allow for large vessels through. And you probably haven't seen that because it really doesn't happen anymore. However, it used to quite frequently. You're kind of thinking, what boats were big enough to need this bridge to move to open to allow them through? And if you're familiar with the Preston and Anacortes, that's the huge sternwheel steamship that is, I guess, permanent dry dock, as you'd call it. It's now a museum. That vessel used to travel up and down this river as well as multiple other rivers. It was used to clean up debris, logs, and things like that to allow for other vessels to have safe passage through this river. So it was quite frequent on here, and of course the bridge had to open for it. But that's it. This bridge, 11 months, one direction. Be prepared, I guess. Rust and bird shit. Is that a car?